Hello there.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Fandom Fights. I am Tim, joined today by Nick. Nick, how are you this evening? Great shirt.
Thank you, Tim. I'm doing well. I had the day off from work, beat a lot of Wii Sports high scores.
Nice.
That had been laying dormant for a while.
Nice.
It was a good time.
Yeah, that's good. I did not have the day off at work. It is the frozen tundra here in Wisconsin. I had to drive out into the tundra, but it was all worth it when I got home and I looked into the eyes of my wife and I said, babe, I'm home. I love you. And she said, hey, can you change this shitty diaper? And I said, what a beautiful place to return to. No, I'm kidding. It was great. This is going to be a fun match. Bill Cariola, Chadwick Webb, both great players, both fun people to be around. Chadwick, I think, when he came in, debuting in teams and singles, kind of an unknown quantity, but has proven himself to be a very knowledgeable player in the realm of fandom fights. And Bill's just a maniac. Even if he doesn't know things, he gets questions correct. And I'm not 100% sure that he's not just faking it and he's actually better than you at this. Nick, your thoughts?
Promos?
All right, yeah, another geek match. I wouldn't say it's like my biggest, strength, but I do okay. I generally do okay. I've faced Bill before, maybe not in trivia. I can't remember, but I have in debate. That was pretty fun. But yeah, trivia should be fun too, and I'm excited to see if I can pull a W today. But I think Bill will probably be a worthy match. So let's see how this goes.
New season, new me. Jake, you ready?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be here with my beloved Melee Teams partner. I'm shocked you're here, honestly, considering your beloved Birds are currently in a playoff game.
The less we talk about that right now, the better. Let's focus on something that's winnable, maybe, possibly. That'd be great. So I am pumped. I've listened to Husker Du's entire catalog today to get ready for this, because nothing gets you more ready for a fight than listening to just hardcore punk from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Minnesota's own. That's right.
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Nick, very sweet promos. Your thoughts?
Yeah, football. Chadwick.
Football. Round number one. How's it going to work, Nick?
Round number one. It's going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions. In the realm of fandom fights, each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number one?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Your first question will come in the category of epic adventures. And that question is, what is the name of Davy Jones' ship in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest?
I just got a silly message. My mom doesn't watch this, so I don't care. My mom just texted me, random question. Do you have the movie The Big Chill on your Voodoo account? But she spelled voodoo like voodoo.
Oh my God. 5, 4, 3.
It's a great boomer soundtrack to that movie.
1. Pens down.
Let's go to Chadwick.
I just squibbled Black Pearl.
And Bill.
I forgot these movies came back. Is it The Flying Dutchman?
It is The Flying Dutchman.
Nice.
From SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, your next question is going to come to you in the category of DC. Which member of the Teen Titans momentarily becomes mind controlled by Slade during the final fight in Teen Titans Go to the Movies? I don't think we've talked about this a lot, but I genuinely don't think there's ever been a bigger moment in cinema that I was surprised than sitting down to watch this fucking movie. Like, I was going in like, this is gonna be ass, and it is not ass.
No, it's surprisingly pretty. It's also one of the darkest jokes ever.
3. Yeah.
That's real dark.
Down, Bill.
I forget this movie almost completely. I went with Cyborg.
Chadwick.
I went with Robin.
Robin is correct.
Nice.
Oh, Chadwick ties it up. We are tied up 1-1. What's next, Nick?
Your third question comes in the category of horror icons. Which horror icon's film features one of the main characters unknowingly dating one of the main killers?
What is the most iconic thing you've ever done? Like Nick Twohig icon. Like what do you think? To me, it might be when you did the Mark Menchaca mustache. It was a big move.
That's fair. I opened for Joey Fatone once.
5.
It was an accident, but it happened.
2, 1.
That's a
Hands down. Let's go to Chadwick.
I couldn't remember all the movies in this category, so I just went with Scream.
And Bill.
Is it Halloween Ends?
Halloween Ends is correct. The horror icon known as Corey.
That's right.
Corey. All right. Your next question is in the category of the MCU. Who plays Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk? This is the one where the Hulk is incredible.
Yeah. Hey, you brought up SpongeBob earlier. Remember, like, how wild is it that became like the most popular, like, whatever? Someone was like a sponge underwater, like in a pitch room. They were like a sponge underwater. Yeah. Friends with a starfish. He's a fry.
Well, you got to remember, this is the late 90s at Nickelodeon, and they were all just fucking high. So
their gums were still bleeding from Ren and Stimpy.
I know
they probably took anything.
I know people that are high and have ideas, and they're not
all... Bill, let's go to you.
Edward Norton.
And Chadwick.
Yeah, Edward Norton.
Edward Norton is correct. 3-2. What's next?
Your next question comes in the category of YA. In The Hunger Games, who is the last tribute to die?
Most iconic SpongeBob moment.
There's his first "I'm ready" when he's talking to Patrick to go get his job as a fry cook.
I think when I think about SpongeBob and I think about the most iconic, I have to go ripped pants.
Ripped pants, a striped sweater.
Stripes. That's a very good
one.
I
used to write music. I wrote a jazz version of Striped Sweater. It was awesome.
Hands down. Let's go to Bill.
I don't remember anybody's names in these. Was it Fresh?
That's a name in the movie. Let's go to Chadwick.
I don't know if I have this right, but I wrote Rue.
Also a name in the movie, but the answer is Kato. Kato.
That was it. That prick.
All right. Your next question, guys, is in the category of sci-fi icons. What type of robotic animal does Optimus Primal appear as in Transformers Rise of the Beasts?
General answer?
Yeah.
Ish? Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this in the theater opening night. I was the only one in the theater. I left my newborn child to go see this opening night in the theater, and I was the only one there. I should have saw the warning signs.
I went and saw a different film, and then I kind of like looked at my watch, and I was like, got time.
I remember
saw this. Wished I hadn't.
Yeah, unpopular opinion, the fact that I can understand what the hell's happening makes it the best live action one.
One, pens down. That's fair. Let's go to Chadwick.
No idea. Just guessed an animal. Dog.
Bill.
Gorilla?
Gorilla is correct. All right, Nick, what is next?
Your next question comes in the category of the worlds of DC. The location, Pago Island, appears in which Worlds of DC movie?
Did you know that when you wrote this question, you put DCEU and I changed it?
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Or is it
You're
still
sure
there?
that I wrote this question?
I'm pretty sure.
You're sure that I wrote this question?
Yeah. Your name's at the bottom of the doc, so 5.
Yeah, but I had to take some from others. I did not write this.
1. Pens down, fair. I'm like, your name's right fucking there.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't remember, so I'm guessing the Suicide Squad. Sorry.
Chadwick.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said. The Suicide.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Blue Beetle.
I need to see that.
Oh, right. God damn it. Yeah.
Right,
It's cute. It's a good movie.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
decent. Your next question. Going to come in the category of DreamWorks Animation. Who voices Bridget, the Bergen that Poppy befriends in Trolls? You really threw me for a loop there on that last
Guy, no, like, because I was like coming back because I forgot that I didn't know if you were forgetting that I wasn't writing all the round ones anymore. And then I realized it was like a double play because you were like, I know that, Nick, but it says you wrote this one. And then I was like, oh, no, Tim, I took that question from a different route that didn't quite fit in someone else's. And now it's here.
3.
And DCEU is not a thing.
Pens down. Let's go to Bill.
I've never seen these movies. I know Anna Kendrick's in them, I think. So
that's correct. Not the correct answer, but that's
it's fine.
Chadwick.
I'm on the same exact wavelength as Bill.
Both incorrect. We were looking for Zoe Deschanel. Zoe.
Yeah. All right.
You also
All right,
sing.
Nick, what's the penultimate question?
Penultimate question comes in the category of Star Wars. In Star Wars A New Hope, who plays a holographic chess game against R2-D2?
R2D bag, am I right?
Deschanel. I would say Deschanel sounds like a perfume, but you. Yeah,
What?
It doesn't matter. You said a funnier thing.
I didn't even come up with that joke. I'm pretty sure that's from like the Family Guy, like
The Family Guy.
Star Wars thing.
You know, there's a joke in Family Guy where they joke about people calling it the Family Guy, and Peter's like, it's just Family Guy.
5. No, the 1. Pens down. Chadwick, let's go to you.
Let the Wookiee win, Chewbacca.
And Bill.
Insert same joke here, Chewbacca.
Chewbacca is correct.
Say the same thing.
Going into the final question, Nick, I have Bill up 5-3. Is that what you have?
Correct, Tim.
All right. Your final question is in the category of American Spies. Your question is, Ethan pretends to be a man with what government position to infiltrate the party in Prague at the beginning of Mission Impossible? I would go to Prague.
Sure.
It looked nice from the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that time that like Spider-Man fought there, it looked fun.
Oh, yeah, he did do that.
That's a good trivia question. Yeah,
It is. I
probably
hope
do
it
something
just
with
give it-
that information.
Hope I didn't just give anything away.
5, 4,
I
3,
think we did.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Bill
Senator.
and Chadwick.
That's a better guess. I said president.
Senator is correct. So Bill maintains his lead, goes up to 6. Chadwick at 3. That's what you have, Nick.
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, let's get into round number 2. How's it going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It's the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinner's and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category. Each are 2 points apiece unless you'd like to check down a multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. Be on the lookout as stealings available in round number 2. Team, what's on the wheel today?
On your wheel today is Law and Order, Worlds of DC, YA, Criminal Underworld, Wizarding World, Marvel, MCU, and horror icons. Bill, you are in the lead. I will bring in your manager, Mr. Meltzer. Would you like to spin first or defer to Chadwick?
We like this wheel, so
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like your best case scenario wheel, so I think you should go first.
I think so too. Why not? Let's be completely insane or Joe Fairley and go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of insane too, in a way. How much he watches these movies.
It's going to blow up in my face. It usually does. But let's see what the wheel says.
The wheel is spun. My computer's being slow.
Brought to you by Anime.
Anime Shout Factory. It lands on YA.
I mean, I just watched them all, so I'm.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just watched them all. I know there was like the question in round 1, but I think
if I had to suffer through the fucking Divergent films, I'm gonna have to answer some questions about it. So it's fine.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
All right, Nick, can
Fucking
you go
movie.
ahead and give Bill his questions in the category of YA?
Gladly, Bill, you're prepared for your questions in the category of YA.
Sure.
Your first question. Which YA film features the main character killing a mountain lion?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
All right. That is Bill's first repeat. The question again. Which YA film features the main character killing a mountain lion?
Oh, right. It's one of those. Shit. Multiple.
All right. Your multiple choice options are: is it A, The Scorch Trials, B, Mockingjay Part 1, C, Allegiant, or D, Breaking Dawn Part 2?
D.
One more time.
D as in David.
D is correct for 1 point.
I knew it was a Twilight.
Bill, your second question. How many YA films were composed by James Newton Howard?
Well, this is guess a number now, isn't it? All right. When in doubt, go 3. Why not?
That is incorrect. Chadwick chance for the 2-point steal.
I'll go 4. Final answer.
4 is correct for a 2-point
Nice.
steal. All the Hunger Games is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Bill, your third question. How does Triss's friend Al attempt to kill her in Divergent?
Push her into the chasm like off a cliff.
That is correct for 2 points. Bill, your penultimate question. Along with a small carved statue, what does Chuck bring to Thomas while he is stuck in the pit the night before his first official day as a runner in the Maze Runner?
Food.
Food is correct for 2 points. Dinner, food, yeah, that works.
It's good. Dude.
And
He's a good
Billy,
dude.
final question. In The Hunger Games Catching Fire, who is the last tribute to have a live interview with Caesar prior to the games?
Oh God! Why do I never remember people's names? PETA.
And that is correct for 2 more points and the end of Bill's round 2.
PETA! Okay, so
I do. In no planet does like PETA get taken over Gale. I'm sorry. You see that guy? Shit.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
13. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
And with the steal, Chadwick's at 5.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We will bring back the wheel. This is going to be the spin for Chadwick. And it lands on Criminal Underworld.
I'll go ahead and give that a respin, please.
All right. My apologies. My computer is being slow as molasses.
Computer's doing on my computers.
Yeah, I know. I need to do a restart before our next match. And it lands on Horror Icons.
Nice.
All right, Chadwick, I'll be giving you your questions. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Your first question in the category of Horror Icons is, Which Friday the 13th film features Camp Crystal Lake going by the name Forest Green?
That would be Freddy versus Jason.
That is incorrect,
Wow.
Bill. Chance for a 2-point steal.
These fucking movies. Hold on. There's like 900 of them. Which one was it?
I think I misheard that question, actually.
5.
New
Four.
Blood?
Is also incorrect. We were looking for part 6, Jason
God, you almost said that.
Jason Lives. All right, Chadwick, your next question. Who directed the most films in the Halloween franchise?
The most films in one go. I would say that's David Gordon Green.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, Chadwick, your next question. In A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, the first time we see Freddy, he is driving what specific kind of vehicle?
A school bus.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question. In the opening of the original Friday the 13th, what were the counselors doing before 2 of them snuck off to be killed by Mrs. Voorhees? Spoilers.
For a 40-year-old movie.
Can I get a repeat of that question, please?
Yes, you can. Your question again. In the opening of the original Friday the 13th, what were the counselors doing before 2 of them snuck off to be killed by Mrs. Voorhees?
I'm not sure. Let me do multiple choice on that.
All right, your options are A, singing, B, roasting marshmallows, C, swimming, or D, cleaning the bathroom. Five, 4.
I'll go with roasting marshmallows.
That is incorrect. Bill, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, singing, B, roasting marshmallows, C, swimming, or D, cleaning the bathroom?
A?
A is correct.
Damn it.
I
almost said that.
Singing around a fire, so the roasting marshmallows, Chadwick is on the right track there. But all right, Chadwick, we go into your final question. And it is, what is Laurie's daughter Jamie's last name in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers?
Lloyd.
That is correct for 2 points. So, Nick, Chadwick being able to cut into that lead a little bit. It is 14-11. Is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, so it's a 3-point game as we get into round number 3. How's that going to work, Nick?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of fandom fights. Once the players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3? Go, Tim.
All right, the first category you can bet points on is... it's Maggie's favorite. It's DC. All right, let's get bets, starting with Bill.
Uno.
And Chadwick.
0.
All right, here's the question. Henry Ducard first meets Bruce Wayne in what type of location in Batman Begins?
Henri. French.
Sure.
French. It's Henri is how you say it. Instead of Henry. You
Maggie.
American.
No, it's Henry.
You
It's
American.
not Sade. It's Sadie. All right? Not that
Maggie is not amused by your bullshit, Nick. 5.
Well, then I will stop.
You what? That was Nick. 1. Pens down. She said good. Let's go to Chadwick, who bet 0.
I just said Allie.
And Bill.
I hope this doesn't start a debate. I said jail.
That is correct for 1 point, making it 15-11, a 4-point game. Nick, or go Nick. What's the next category?
Oh, the next category you can bet points on is sci-fi icons.
All right, let's get bets starting with Chadwick.
I'm go with 1.
Okay, and Bill.
I'm also going to go with 1.
Okay, Nick, what's the question?
Your question is, Gary Gruberson, Phoebe, and Podcast are characters that appear in which sci-fi icons film?
Your thoughts on films?
Hate them.
They are the worst,
Last
except for when they're real bad. Then they're awesome.
I used to
why I
love
spend all day reading Wikipedia articles.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I love them so much. I
That's
just
my favorite thing to do ever.
read Wikipedias all day long.
Yeah.
5, 4.
And of course, the Oscars like website.
1 pens down. We're gonna go to Chadwick
I've seen this movie. I just can't pull it out. I said Godzilla King of the Monsters.
and Bill.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is correct. So Chadwick will lose 1 point and go down to 10, but Bill will gain 1 point and go up to 16. There's a 6-point game, 3 questions remaining. The next category is Jimmy B, James Bond. Let's get bets, starting with Bill.
Just got to keep it with 1. It's fine.
And Chadwick.
Yes, I'm just hoping Bill misses. I put 0.
All right, here's the sitch. We're gonna ask the question in James Bond, and the question is: which Daniel Craig James Bond girl worked for the Treasury Department?
That was a cool sitch. He said,
Yeah, I realized what was happening, and so I had to stop myself. Yeah. How's it going, man?
it's going, I'll tell you.
You gonna get any new tattoos?
I would like 1 more. Currently, I have 2. I think 3 is a good number I could stop
Just
at.
Knights of Ren across your chest.
Yeah, that could be good.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Chadwick, we'll start with you since you bet 0.
I'm blanking on all the names, so nothing.
And Bill.
I don't remember. I just guessed Vesper Lind.
And your winner, Bill Cariola. The answer was Vesper Lind. Nick, thoughts on this barn burner of a match?
Yeah, no, great match. Bill had a very, very good rookie season last year. Chadwick had a good one, too. He just started a lot later than Bill. So, 1 win, 1 loss, he comes out with an even record, whereas Bill has a great performance in the tournament, ends at 2-1. So I really thought we were pretty evenly matched going in today. Chadwick showed me he has a strength I didn't know he had. He performed very well in round 2. And at the end of the day, I think Bill's got to just accept the fact that he's a good Fandom player.
I agree. I concur. Let's get into post-match interviews. We'll start by talking to Chadwick.
Chadwick, as I said, tough debut match. You didn't win. Came back strong in your second match. Won a really close one. And made this match today very close against Bill, who's already proven he won right out of the gate with a really great debut match. He's a good player is what I'm trying to say. And you definitely brought him very far in round 3. How are you feeling about the match today?
I'm feeling good. I mean, it's one of those where I knew Bill was going to be a good player. I think he plays a lot, probably more than I do. Yeah, I was coming in just hoping that I would give him a match, not make it easy for him. And I think I did that. But, I mean, he had the lead for most of the game, which was fine. I mean, that's what happens when you do really well in round 1. And I didn't do so hot in round 1. But yeah, I'm glad I spun horror. I know I was going up, against Bill with horror, and we're going to go up against each other in horror again soon, very soon. I was happy that I was able to not give him any steals except for the one in that. And I got a steal from him in round 2 as well. So, I was hoping some of the categories in round 3 would come to me like Wizarding World or something like that I could actually bet on. And, a lot of these other ones I was just like, if I just miss like the one that I bet on, I was like, I'm just going to keep missing ones until I'm just mathematically gone. And so that's just how I factored in. I wasn't able to be competitive in round 3. If I had been, like none of the questions that I didn't bet on, I was like, I would have known that. So it just, the questions just weren't in my league, but maybe I need to study more. We'll see.
Maybe. Chadwick, I still think a lot of talent, very promising in this league. So we look forward to seeing you back. Congratulations on a match. Well played. Oh, I think he said congrats to Bill.
Yep. Congrats to Bill.
Right. Good shit. Then we'll bring in our winner, Bill Cariola. Bill, you're now 3-1.
Which is crazy.
A record some people would love to have. I believe a record just your manager here had when he started in Fandom. So I think you're on a good track here. You watched every YA movie. I think that's something not every Fandom player can say they've done.
Twice now. Twice I've watched every one.
And it showed. I do think you have a knack for this league, even categories that you don't know what's in there. When Jake said, it's behind the scenes, when Jake was saying Bill, there's new stuff in Sci-Fi Icons now, right? And you were like, crap, I don't know. But Jake didn't want to say what the new stuff was.
No, I knew there was new stuff. It all went out of my brain. I forgot what was in there, and I didn't want to say anything to tip anybody off.
I was like, Jake, you should tell him Ghostbusters is in Sci-Fi Icons now, but you still got there on your own anyway. Bill, great match. I can't wait to tell you who you're playing next, but first, tell me how you feel today.
Okay. I don't like that's ominous sounding. It's so weird. I played trivia for so long. I think this is the only time I've in singles that I've had a positive record for 2 seasons in a row. So that has never happened ever. Because I did well in one league and then started getting my asshole punched in. And that's usually what ends up happening. But it's fine. I did put a lot of effort into this one. I would just like to say Chadwick probably should get an award for just the absolute most nicest player in all these leagues. I would like to officially apologize. I've gotten over my resentment of our FANZONE debate where he gave me Wizarding World and Scream. I have purged all the anger from that out of me. So that is over. So that hatchet is buried. Plus, he's probably going to kick my dick in the horror league because he's a better horror player than me. Just it is what it is. He likes good horror movies, and I watched Freakazoids on purpose. So, but yeah, it's kind of weird. I think everyone keeps saying I knew. I think I learned to accept that maybe I'm pretty good when after my debut match, which was, I will honestly say, the best singles match I've ever had in my life, in anything, because it was just insane, and Igor's amazing. And Joe Fairley had to say to me, dude, that was one of the craziest debuts I've ever seen. That was seriously impressive. And for somebody like that to say that to me, I was like, okay, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe I could actually pull this off. So, but I will never believe it. So, but I'm trying. I'm trying. I think I'm okay. I'm pretty good. I'm a B+ player. So,
yeah. Jake, I think you would agree, if not say it's even higher than that. I want your thoughts, Jake, on today's match. And I'm also going to, Bill, you're moving on to a title picture in Act 2.
What?
In order, at 3-1, I think that's right where you belong. It's going to be no easy feat, though. You will be facing, your next opponent will be returning to Fandom, former champion Thomas Scully.
Well, I lost.
So, Jake, thoughts on Bill's performance today and his chances going? Jake, you are muted.
I will start with today. I think, Bill showed everybody what he's capable of. I think the work that he puts in is when Bill commits to something, he commits to it like almost nobody else. And with watching all the YA and all of that. And it was ostensibly for another match that will be coming that we already know is happening with the team contender match. But I think even before he started, I was like, with a lot of the stuff that is in Fandom, Bill can do pretty well. And then with a lot of the stuff that came in this year, I was particularly really excited for Bill. And I think, yeah, this was like Chad was game. We knew he would be good in horror. So when he spun that, I was like, okay, he's going to score pretty well here. But Bill showed that the YA studying paid off. The one that he didn't get right was the scores and soundtracks question, which we hate those. But as for his future opponent, I'll say this. A couple years ago, I had the privilege of playing Thomas Scully myself, thinking I had absolutely zero chance of winning. And lo and behold, miracle of miracles, I did. So anything can happen. And Bill is going to go into that match with absolutely nothing to lose. And all of the pressure will be on Scully coming back. Everybody expects him to come back and immediately come back to the top and win. So, and Bill is one of the people who can rattle him, I think. Yeah. So he also has that in his favor.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot different game than the last time Scully played. So definitely don't count yourself out, Bill, especially if you play like you did today. I think you did great. Yeah. So congratulations on the win. Bill, you want one last...
I will say, since I know that it's happening, Scully, I love Scully. We have hosted together. We have only, oddly enough, played once, and he won, and that was at Ansel, because that was just like my weird, I can't get anything right in that league. But he is somebody I respect, and it's just, you know what? There's going to be no animosity in this match. I'll be happy to lose if I do lose, because he's fantastic, and he's just a solid all-around dude. So either way, it's going to be real. Who's his manager? Before I ask the question, who's going to be managing him?
I have no idea. That is
okay. Well, it really all depends on how I'll be. But Thomas Scully himself, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun day. So
good shit. Well, Bill, congrats on the win today. We will see you next time. Tim, put a bow on it.
I'm just confused. I walked away. My wife needed help with baby stuff. I walked away. I came back. Jake was talking about him beating Scully. What the fuck happened? But, you know, hey, but is Bill playing Scully?
Yeah.
Whoa. That'll be fun. That'll be a good one. Looking forward to it. But that's going to do it for us today at Fandom Fights. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Chadwick. Thank you to Jake. Thank you to Bill. Thank you to Nick for writing this one. I've been Tim. We will see you guys next time with another great match. But until then, have a good one. Peace out. Bye-bye.